Hello my loves. So I'm going to try to do this video in one take. This is going to be my first YouTube wedding related video. Thank you so much for joining me here. My name is Yannick. I am the travel blogger behind My Parisian Life and the event planner behind Elope in Paris. This is my home here in Paris because we are in quarantine, but I wanted to bring you some really informative videos during this time, and I've created what is now called Wedding Wednesdays. It is Wednesday here. We're going to be talking about weddings, and the first up on the list is why Paris? Why should anyone want to get married or elope in Paris? I plan elopements and intimate ceremonies here via Elope in Paris. I've been doing that for 6 years. I've been featured in Town and Country. I also write for Travel and Leisure. I work with a lot of the top hotels here in Paris, and also in France. I do a lot of trip planning as well for families. So I do a lot of things related to travel and weddings and travel consulting. And I wanted to kind of reassure you guys that Paris will be here when all of this is over. But this is also a great opportunity for us to plan for Paris, right? Let's say you're in the process of thinking about getting married, or you're even planning your wedding, and you've decided that perhaps a wedding wherever you are is not for you. I'd say come on over to the fun side. Come to Paris. I have my little notes here, and I wanted to talk about some of the reasons why Paris should be a viable option for you in terms of places to get married or to elope. And that's one of them is basically Paris is one of the most romantic cities in the world. Romantic in a lot of ways, not just in the sense of like person to person, but really I've been living here for 13 years and I'm still in awe with the romanticism of the architecture. It's really beautiful. All those little streets are super cute. I cycle around Paris a lot, and I just love the feel of being in Paris. It feels as if you're being loved by the city, actually. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but bear with me. So that's the first reason. So the second reason why Paris is a great idea is because I think, let's also talk about being somewhat budget conscious, right? You can have your wedding here and your honeymoon as well in Paris, or you can have your wedding but also this amazing travel adventure in Paris. And so the second reason I think is just because it's a 2-for-1. You're getting your wedding, you're getting your honeymoon, or just this experience that you would never you can't really get anywhere else. I wouldn't say never, but you can't really get anywhere else. And then the third point is I'm really big on self-development, and I think one of the things that we go through when we travel is we discover parts of ourselves, and there's so much to do here in Paris. There's so much to do for you. There's so much that I've also planned for your guests in terms of wine and food tours and tasting, or like cocktail parties. There's just a lot of things that you can discover, you can try, and you can do. There's day trips. You can go to Bordeaux, you can go to the Champagne region, you can go to other cities in Europe and come back to Paris as well during your 5 or 7 day trip here, because leaving from Charles de Gaulle, which is the airport here in Paris, it's super accessible to other cities in Europe. So if you're going to be on this side of the pond, there's also just so much that you can discover while you're here to get married. And I do that because I plan trips, right? So I plan weddings and I plan trips, and so that's the third thing, right? The fourth thing I would say is definitely, if you're gonna think about leaving your city, your country to get married somewhere else, obviously you're super courageous. Yay, fearless. But get help. It doesn't have to be me. I'd say definitely get in touch with someone who is local, who has the experience, who has the knowledge, because you know what, when you cut down in errors, you save money, right? But you also want somebody who really gets you, who really feels you. And so it's important to match yourself with an event planner or a wedding planner that understands your philosophy and the way that you really want to feel. And that's pretty much it. I'd say, you know what, if you love traveling, if you've always dreamt of coming to Paris, if you're also perhaps somebody who's super shy. I mean, I know that when I eloped, we wanted to keep a very stress-free, intimate ceremony, and the only way that we could do that is to really just elope. A lot of people think that I'm super extroverted, but I really am introverted. I can be extroverted at times, and so I knew that having a big wedding was a definitely no for us, and so we eloped, right? And so an elopement is a way to not skim on quality, but to have like this beautiful ceremony where the intention is really on the intimacy of yourselves, right? And having fun and just doing something that's super magical and stress-free. And I'm here for that. I'm here to help you in all of that. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to make this video super long because I can talk a lot. Hope to see you guys either on My Parisian Life, so it's at My Parisian Life, or see you as well on Elope in Paris. My name is Unique, and I will see you soon. Bisous. Bye.